It is June 8th, 2016. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. So we've all heard about civil forfeiture laws, and we were hoping that we were seeing changes being made and that that was going to become a thing of the past. Well, sadly, it got worse. It got much, much worse in Oklahoma, and I would expect that we can see this coming to a state near you. Here's a story from news9.com titled OHP uses new device to seize money used during the commission of a crime. But the headline doesn't tell the story. You may have heard of civil asset forfeiture. That's where police can seize your property and cash without first proving that you committed a crime, without a warrant and without arresting you, as long as they suspect that your property is somehow tied to a crime. Now, the Oklahoma Highway Patrol has a device that also allows them to seize money in your bank account or on prepaid cards. It's called an ERAD, or Electronic Recovery and Access to Data Machine, and state police began using 16 of them last month. Here's how it works. If a trooper suspects you may have had money tied to some type of crime, the Highway Patrol can scan any cards you have and seize the money. We're going to look for different factors in the way that you are acting, Oklahoma Highway Patrol Lieutenant John Vincent said. We're going to look for if there's a difference in your story, if there's some way that we can prove that you're falsifying information to us about your business. Troopers insist this isn't just about seizing cash. I know that a lot of people are just going to focus on the seizing money. Well, yeah. That's a very small thing that's happening now. The largest part that we have found, the biggest benefit, has been the identity theft, Vincent said. Remember, problem, reaction, solution, and that's what they're doing here. If you can prove that you have a legitimate reason to have that money, it will be given back to you. And we've done that in the past, Vincent said about any money seized. Now let's think about the civil asset forfeiture law. There's a lot of people that still don't have their property back, even though they committed no crime. So we're supposed to just trust them with this. State Senator Kyle Loveless, boy, that's a name, seems fitting, Republican on Oklahoma City, said that removes due process and the belief that a suspect is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Oh wait, no, this guy's on our side. He said we've already seen cases in Oklahoma where police are abusing the system. Well, of course. This is what they're doing now, right? The states have no money. I'll explain this in a second. Let me finish the story. We've seen single mom's stuff be taken, a cancer survivor his drugs taken. We saw a Christian band being taken. We've seen innocent people's stuff being taken. We've seen where the money goes and how it's been misspent, Loveless said. Loveless plans to introduce legislation next session that would require a conviction before any assets could be seized. Why do we need legislation for that? Isn't that already, the Fourth Amendment? If I had to err on the side of one side versus the other, I would err on the side of the Constitution, Loveless said. And I think that's what we need to do. News 9 obtained a copy of the contract with the state. It shows that the state is paying the ERAD Group, Incorporated, $5,000 for the software and scanners, then 7.7% of all the cash the Highway Patrol seizes. And I bet if you do the work, you follow the money, you will find out that this ERAD Group is either owned or somebody in government sits as a CEO of that company. That's what happened with drug testing, folks. That's why many years ago, Jobs started drug testing people as a pre-employment option. It wasn't because people were getting hurt because somebody was smoking a doobie on the weekend. That wasn't it at all. I mean, think about it. If that's what it was about, then why aren't they testing for alcohol as you walk in? You know, everybody take a breathalyzer test, because let me tell you something. I'm no angel, and I could perform much better if I was under the influence of marijuana than what I could under the influence of alcohol. Now, I'm not telling anybody to do anything. I'm not, condoning the use of even alcohol, which is legal for an adult. But the truth of the matter is, the reason why they started testing people and the reason why they're pushing right now that welfare recipients need to be tested isn't to protect your interests. It's not to protect the taxpayers. It's to put money in somebody's pocket. This is just another way that they're doing this. This is the pilot program right here, Oklahoma. That's the pilot program. You can expect this to start rolling out in each and every state probably this summer. Mark my words. Hold me to it. Write it on the calendar. Write it under June 8th, 2016 that I said that this summer they will be rolling it out in most every other state. I even have a hard time buying what this Representative Loveless says because I've just seen it too many times. I've seen too much lip service. This is insane. And you're not going to get the money back. That's not going to happen. Wow. I was just looking. I know I was going to make a point on something, but I can't quite remember what that was. So I will leave this report at that. It's insane, folks. We need to be calling the right people in Oklahoma and getting a stop put to it there. And we need to make sure that it doesn't get rolled out in each and every one of our states. Can't believe this. It's not going to stop until we tell them to stop. And I don't think just our voices are going to do it. I think it's going to take, I think it's going to take a bunch of us marching up to the steps of our state capitals and saying enough is enough. Time to get the federal government's interest out of our states, and it's time to put the states to task to the Constitution.